Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Your discretion is advised. We are live.
All right, welcome everyone to A Wise Man Once presents on the lovely channel of the RamblinManTV. It's our next and newest game of Megawatts Hornets. Very much. It's on cue. It's back. He's on top of his game. He's not going into the fire tonight. Don't worry about it, guys.
One death was enough.
I said I was sorry.
So, anyone have any recaps on what is happening?
Her to come here.
Billy
broke the world.
Yeah.
Yeah! I
I think
fucked up!
someone actually has a recap, so...
Kind of. More an idea of where we're supposed to be going. So here we are, barreling blindly towards the end of magic. The voice and all who follow him are close to their ultimate goal, an ascension of power, all this power to disprove this power. An irony, to be sure. So our goal as a group is to prove that magic exists. Somehow we need to do this and then stop the voice. Yet here I am, flying somewhere to deal with a growing coma in me. Father Thomas has been kind to keep me company, though I'm sure he has much weighing on him. We've talked a bit, but mostly he let me rant. Let me deal with my own emotions. His looks at me with confusion and pity as I describe my efforts and our group. My mistakes in combat and my mistakes in friendship. I know from the glances of Father Thomas that our current obsession in this book is a waste now. I surmise that our plan, our need, needs to be proving that magic exists to the populace. The more who believe, the lesser the voice's impact is. Without the people, we've lost. All this time, Soren and others would perk up at hearing we need more bodies, more people, then be disappointed as we meant for a combat encounter, or saving Darren and Mercedes or Haley. We were so close, but so far. Soren, I'm sorry I mocked you and deserve the pain inflicted. I should have listened harder to your words, taken your advice. Now we do things sloppily just to have a chance. I'll learn from this if I survive. Once I'm better, or at least closer to it, I'll do my best. But for now, Serona, Izzy, Mercedes, Tilly, Darren, Sara Bess, Haley, Aoife, and Reylen, you need to find believers. You need to project your voices to as many that will listen. Where's the singer when you need one? Good luck, my friends. There are so many counting on you. Just think about what we have now to work with. The answer, I'm sure, is closer than you think.
All right. What episode is this again, Darren?
41? I think. Yeah, it's 41.
Episode 40.
Hello?
No, just.
He's just being ominous.
Yeah, we only got a couple sessions, I think he said previously.
Yeah, there's some things Going down, guys. It is the 28th of the morning. Someone is on a red-eye jet, probably on the way back. Or were you sending them across the pond to possibly find magic in another country?
I think we should probably get them to come back. At least until we know one way or another, if there is magic in another country.
Sure. Sounds like a plan. So we can definitely say that on there, then with your own private jet and the ability to book plans last minute and things like that, and there not being a lot of air traffic control right now, Anthony is ready to come back. Although he is looking a lot worse for wear.
Unfortunate.
So, your objective of rescuing Haley has been accomplished. You are now faced with something. I do not think any of your objectives are going to be able to carry you. So, you have well, you have a couple days. Kat has been talking to Zeke for a good long while. From what you guys are likely going to know is she's made some progress and got some information, which she's relaying on there, but there are a lot of things that she needs to crack with him. It's more than just one nudge is going to take, and it seems like her powers are intermittently not working.
Well, as we discussed a little bit last session, we basically run out of time to actually deal with the voices group directly at this point. The only thing that's left to do is to try to win the vote. So that when they ultimately succeed in their goal and try to replace the invisible clergy member that has to do with magic, it's either replaced by somebody else or they just fail to get their person in. So we need to affect society's opinion about magic. Does anyone want to brainstorm how we do that?
First thing that comes to mind for me is that broadcast on New Year's with the girl jumping off the. Is there a way we could do something sort of like that, but open everyone's eyes to it on some kind of broadcast that's being watched around the world? But do we
Soren does say, I mean, that is what she did. And do you remember the catastrophe of the riots that caused because of that?
Because people were exposed to
people witnessed magic and it woke up the tiger and a lot of people died and a lot more people got hurt.
Is there
So
any?
if we're
we need to find a way to get our word across.
Is there any?
yeah,
Is there any other way to get people to believe in it than showing them it? Or is that the reaction we're going to get from people if we?
Oh, if you start showing people magic, you're gonna get them freaking out.
So we have to
so
convince
basically
them
we
without showing them proof.
we have to decide whether we're okay with that, with the consequences, or if we're going to try to come up with some other way. Just think about it, right? Almost everyone in our culture, at least, has gone to a play or a movie where someone has said, I do believe in fairies, I do, and ask the audience to clap. And they do. You see what I'm saying?
So maybe we don't need to be so direct. Is that what
I
you're
think it's
saying?
our only chance. I think unless we're willing to sacrifice a lot of people and possibly piss off a lot of very powerful organizations which will kill us, then yeah, I think it's our only shot.
I mean,
Especially, Soren will pipe and say, especially if you're allying yourself with the sleepers in the area. Sleepers in the area probably aren't going to want to wake the tiger.
okay.
Are we having this conversation in or out of character? Because I thought we were out of character.
I mean, I was
I
kind
think
of
we're kind of flowing in and
character.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can be in if we want to be officially in. That's fine.
If we want to discuss out of character, that's fine. I'll be quiet. I will let you guys discuss out of character and only comment as a GM. If you want to discuss in character, I will be quiet and comment as a character. Those are the two things that do it for me.
In character. Anyone opposed?
In character's fine.
Okay. So, does anyone have any opinion, re loud and splashy, or trying for subtlety, knowing it'll be hard?
I reckon we try to save as many as we can. So, subtlety.
And Soren looks at you and goes, it's not about saving anyone. The issue with going big means you might get some people who are more convinced it's real, but it's not about the amount that people are convinced. It's about pushing them over 50%.
Not the individual, yeah. 50% of people.
Well, oh no, it's the person doesn't have to 100% believe in magic. The person has to 51% believe in magic.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And if you were to go around waking the tiger, there are going to be a lot of different people that get scared because of that, who may believe it exists and decide they don't want it to.
Or flock to the voice, right? Because the voice is out there recruiting people that hate magic.
They don't, not that they hate magic, they're trying to disprove magic.
It's
Well,
also
oddly, it's both. They've done broadcasts. That's the reason that it seems so contradictory. Is that one minute they're talking about how bad magic is, and then another minute they're talking about how it doesn't exist. That's kind of the whole shtick. he doesn't make a lot of sense, and he never has. He actually lost a good bit of following because he stopped making sense. But he had enough fanatics by then it didn't matter.
But wouldn't people going to him out of a fear of magic kind of create a contradiction that he has to solve himself, giving us more time?
I mean,
I feel like that's the equivalent of a kid going to their dad and being like, the monster in my bed's gonna get me. And then dad just says, no, monsters aren't real. And then the kid goes along with monsters aren't real. Somebody goes to Big Daddy fuck, I forgot what the word is. Big Daddy, Nullimancer and says, magic is scary. And he says, magic's not real. And then he's like, okay.
yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't think that anyone has to believe that magic is real to be afraid of people who try to make magic work. You know, because if they think, like, oh, these people think that they're witches and they're boiling babies, what they're afraid of is having their babies boiled, not having a spell
They're
cast
afraid
on
of
them.
things. They are afraid of things that they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to convince them that those things that they don't understand is still out there. We need enough people to believe that the voice's impact is lessened.
But not only that, we have to convince people that magic is good and necessary. So just doing some big crazy display of magic isn't enough. It has to be not scary and something that people really want to see happen.
Well, we don't need to convince people of the practicality of magic. What if we convince them of the more softer side of it, the romance of it, the ideals of it?
I think that's really our only chance.
The good that it can
Like,
do.
if you went to shows a bunch, Izzy. You were a performer. You got any ways we could possibly get out there?
Honey, the only thing that my shows were about were showing off my skin. Okay? Like, I wasn't a real entertainer. I was
But you would have
technically not a stripper.
Okay, but you would still have a venue even if you don't think you're good enough. I mean, you had a private
there
jet
was.
that just flew on.
I didn't own a venue. I worked at a CD club. But, I mean, yes, I suppose in theory, I have resources enough to try to secure a venue, if that's what you're asking me.
Something that gets us as much around the city as possible.
Well, that's not enough. This is a global issue.
We need like
Start
a
somewhere.
viral marketing campaign or something.
Basically, yeah. That's what we're looking
Because,
at.
I mean, also you fail to realize, like, we're in a lockdown still.
Yeah, we need to televise this thing.
Well, yes,
we need
but
to
that's
get international broadcasting.
That's actually good, though, because everyone is stuck inside. And what are they doing? They're on Netflix and YouTube and social media. You know, people aren't going out to have, to spend time with each other. They're on TikTok because they can't go outside of their houses. Like, that's
So we're
a
nuts.
point in our advantage.
Yeah, no, I was saying that was more a point against the we need to get a physical venue.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing to do is basically what Aoife and her friends were trying to do, is some sort of like YouTube show situation or whatever it is that people care about now.
Soren goes, I do not like that idea. If we start putting ourselves out on that area, well, that is exactly how the star sees people.
But why does it have to be Well, first of all, the star's mad at, like, you and Aoife, right? So
Yeah.
you guys don't necessarily have to be directly involved. And second of all, like, who says that we have to be us? Why can't we be characters? Or why can't it be animated? Or whatever, you know?
Fair, I suppose. But
I mean,
still
we've got
iffy
several
that
people in the group who can pretend to be other people, right?
I mean, I don't think we have any more. We don't have magic.
We don't have adept schools.
Yeah.
I mean, actors don't need magic to begin with, but another concern that brings that up with is the people who really separate the two worlds that we essentially live in. I mean, they might see our skits, our whatever we do, and be like, "Oh yeah, that is definitely a made-up world that's not happening in real life."
Look,
We don't
maybe
necessarily.
we need to fight fire with fire. The voice has apparently rallied a whole bunch of people by talking. Is there a way that we can do anything like that?
I wouldn't know where to begin with that.
Like a radio show?
Probably. We probably wanted something that's going constantly because we have a lot of ground to make up, so probably not something illegal like what the voice is doing. That would be the one benefit we would have over them, is if we could do it legally.
We could probably get something set up on AM pretty easily, I would think. But we also need to do it on podcast or whatever. You mentioned YouTube.
Yeah, and there's TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and
I don't know if
other
TikTok
ways to
exists
find
yet.
people.
It's called Musically currently, I believe.
TikTok was
Hold on.
created 6 years ago, IRL. 2016, I think.
Well, then fine.
Mhm.
Nobody heard
Would
about
it
it
be
until.
legal if we? Would it be legal if we did it from the boat, or would that be counted as illegal?
Well,
What
I mean, we couldn't. There's this wrecked.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
There's this wrecked
Because
Let
boat.
Sarah talk.
Like, sorry. There's this wrecked old like communications ship out in the bayou, and it's got like a radio array on it that you could use to broadcast pretty far, but not worldwide. I mean, we could try any or all of these things, really.
So Soren kind of goes, so we have a radio station. Because I don't know radio, but I would think that what makes a radio station legal isn't where it's coming from, it's, proper paperwork and such. Do we have anyone who would be able to do that for us?
Well, Father Thomas could probably help, and my dad could help.
Your dad?
Mm-hmm.
How would your dad help?
He used to be a big shot radio producer, and personality back in the day. And he does a business now that has to do with radio, but convincing him to do this would be a really big deal because We'd have to convince him of all of this shit and get him to risk his entire business to help us.
Your dad just happens. Your dad just happens to have huge connections in communications. Could he? I don't know.
He runs a multimedia conglomerate company.
Well,
that's what he does.
That's perfect.
If you think that we can get him on side, I'm not sure that it'll work. He's very practical. And I really wanted to keep him out of all of this.
Jake says, I mean, well, does he have to know? Or, I mean, you're his daughter. He lets you use a plane. Like, how in the know does he really need to be? Just that you have a message you want to get across. You want to try to do a radio thing, you know?
Yeah, okay. I mean, we can try.
Excuse me.
We can definitely try. And have we considered whether, like, an actual talk radio thing is the best possible solution? Like,
I mean, it's probably
what if it's something more graceful, like a song? I mean, I realize that sounds stupid, but...
It doesn't sound stupid. Music has a lot of power.
If it's something catchy, share with each other deliberately, and it's in this format that's not like alien, and we can even try to use an artist channel to make it stronger.
Ray kind of pipes up and she's like, I'm sure I could whip something up if we wanted to go that route.
Is Sarah saying anything about the mentioning of a song? Unfortunately, Steph seems like she is a little indisposed right now. She'll be back shortly, but Sara Bess will pipe up and say, I may know a bunch of musicians in California who might be willing to help.
Then.
Sorry, what did you say, Sarah?
I said that sounds good then, because we have resources, we have a means to send it out on established and free platforms, and we have at least 2 powerful artists try to get their channel to work to affect it. I mean, doesn't that sound like a step in the right direction?
Yeah.
No, Soren nods. He goes, yeah, but I do think that we should get started as much. I think getting something on the airways, even if it's not the most convincing thing. All right?
That makes sense. We'll start the movement immediately, and we'll make the most powerful punch that we can. As we can.
Is the ship ready to sail?
As far as I recall, it was in pretty decent shape, but there was still something slightly up with the engines. So, if we had maybe Aoife try to go fix it, because she does tech stuff, right?
Probably.
Or if we had somebody else that was mechanically minded, we could send out to try to repair it.
Because Soren says, because literally the one problem that we would have if we put up a 24-hour running radio station would be it's a huge target for attack by the voice. If that station is apparently
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Plus, there's the added bonus that the majority of my dad's resources are several states away, like his actual physical ones. And then his connections are all over.
I mean, he has other stations. If we make something that's good enough, do you think that you could convince him to say, get us a couple stations and other things that are just going to be like broadcasting a repeat of our broadcast?
Yeah. I do.
Do the demigod powers work over the radio?
It's uncertain whether or not the demigod powers will work over radio. It's supposed to be you have a conversation with them. Some of them may, others may not.
If it were a call-in radio,
Yeah, we
debate.
could just get callers.
But that would be person by person. It wouldn't sway crowds.
I mean,
To
I've sat
have
in a car
one
before and
radio.
I mean, the miracle worker can convince people that, the people on the path are trustworthy and experts and should be listened to and heeded. So I could try to get
Soren
people-
kind of. Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say I could try to present myself as someone really, really likable that they feel that they should listen to, but that's only to get their attention.
Soren kind of laughs and goes, It actually probably is a godsend that we got the miracle worker, because that's definitely going to be a group that is against this ascension, making it harder for them.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to approach those whack jobs, though.
Me neither. Needles
Sometimes we
scare
have
me.
to do things. Sometimes we have to do things that we don't necessarily want to do.
I mean, you're right, but
So Soren also goes, we're going to probably need more allies also. Not local ones. We have enough people here. We need allies across the globe. Particularly across the United States. Further, the better.
so we reignite the list. We try to recruit new members to it across the whole world, and we try to duplicate what Easter did.
Did you mean to say Easter? Or,
Yes. I thought that was his name. I thought the bunny guy
Easter-
was the one who did the Happy Safe New Year.
Yes, he did Happy Safe New Year. But what Soren is talking about is more about, like, what, Superconductor did. It's actually found it. Because Easter pulled off a ritual. We don't have a ritual.
I mean, yeah, but I meant like the global movement aspect of it. And I mean, I guess the list was that already, but that was more meant to be like a group
No,
knowledge
it's fine.
thing.
I get that.
Yeah.
We probably don't need something as much as, the everyone working together do. We just need people who are gonna maybe share the message once we get it, especially if we get a good product to sell to people.
Makes sense.
Who do we have? Who do we have to put on reigniting the list?
Well, we have both. We have a tech wizard in the group and the actual superconductor. So I feel like Aoife and superconductor should work together on that. And then we should put the ship in somebody else's hands to fix.
Any objections?
No.
Nope.
Anyone else here good with machinery?
No.
Not particularly. I could try.
I mean, I could probably read a book about it and figure it out along the way, but that's as best as I can do.
Machine of the human body, yes. Actual
Izzy
machine.
will raise her hand and goes, I have money. Mechanics like money.
Mechanics do like money.
Yeah, mechanics like money.
I miss Levy.
You Miss Levy.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry.
Stop. Ray just says stop. He was awful. Continue on with important things, please.
Respect the dead, Ray.
He was,
I don't know what you guys didn't like about him.
he was
He seemed perfectly fine.
He was a little slimy. But he didn't deserve it.
No, he absolutely did. But besides the point.
Alright, I need to take notes because information is starting to fall out of my head.
Aoife and Superconductor are reinstating the list or whatever. Isobel's throwing money at mechanic people. What else needs to be done?
We got anybody that needs punching?
Okay, I'm gonna have to do a thing outside of game in order to function because my brain is starting to melt down. I'm gonna create like a shared Google document and we're all gonna scribble stuff down on it, okay?
Okay.
I mean, I can do that right now.
Okay, that would be good. That would be great. That would be great.
Of course, Sarah has a stroke.
It has been posted in useful links.
Okay. Hopefully prevent the brain hemorrhage now.
Okay.
I think you should elect one person to be typist. Currently.
Sorry. it
Oh
was too-
my god.
It was too tempting. I'm sorry. All right.
As I said, elect one person to be typist.
I'm going until someone stops me.
Just go, Sarah. Just
do
the
it.
thing.
I can't type on the keyboard. It's too small.
To have
Okay.
a computer burning at both ends.
Computer's burning? Is
All
that
right.
what you said? That's not good.
Can you spell it right? Thank you. That would be great. Then what was it? Okay, have I forgotten anything that we've covered so far?
Write the damn thing, record the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah!
No? Okay.
Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Alright. You put it up back up.
You can be the protector of the boat as we sail. Just shoot people who run up and who are trying to kill us. It's fine.
Yes. An opportunity for Darren to pull out his gun.
I mean, I literally can't fight back currently. Come over here and punch me.
Knock him out, he needs a nap.
Dude, I am.
No,
I am-
Soren goes. That actually might be a good place to start.
Knock him out, he needs a nap?
punching me?
No,
What? What do you
no.
Darren.
We have someone who is currently going to be suffering due to the fact that magic isn't around. We need people to realize that there are costs to them. We literally have a victim.
Woo!
Never thought I'd play damsel.
Hmm. For just the price of a cup of coffee,
You too.
you can keep this guy alive with the
You-
power of magic.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you turn me into one of those sad dog commercials, I'm gonna cry.
That's perfect!
That's what we need.
That is
God, I knew you were right for the job, Anthony. This is Anthony's Sad Dog channel.
Father Thomas, assuming he is here with you, will suggest that he is willing to talk about various Bible study things and other biblical uses of miracles.
I think that
on
would
this-
get a big vote.
I think if we legit made a video, like a YouTube video, like what we just described with the sad dog music playing in the background,
In the arms of the angel.
and just being like, see this poor guy? This is Anthony. He's dying from
Anthony,
an astral
come on.
parasite.
Come on over here. This is Anthony. He's got an astral parasite.
But if
Only
you-
magic can cure this man. And
But
if
if-
you believe.
No, not magic. A miracle.
Made possible by magic.
He's gonna hate all of this.
No, we're asking
Yeah.
for thoughts and prayers and people to believe that their thoughts and
I was-
prayers do something.
I was about to say, bow your heads, pray.
Religion, organized religion, pisses Tilly off.
Why don't I could break into my old church. I could
What
break
would
into my
that-
old church.
What would that do for anyone?
Get us a bunch of equipment, I'm sure. It was a big church, man.
You act like Father Thomas doesn't have his own church that he can get
I mean,
into
but also
without breaking in.
What does that even mean?
I did 2 in the thoughts, 1 in the prayer. What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean? What's happening?
Aoife, you're hilarious.
And also dying. Oh, not Anthony Coffee. Yes.
Just Anthony mumbles that under
To be
his breath
fair,
when he's laying on
you
the
are
couch.
dying too. We are all dying, as my wife pointed out to me.
That's true.
Yeah, we are truly constantly oxidizing. Wow, that took a weird turn, and it's not even midnight, man. Can't even call that a 3 o'clock thought.
Okay, is there anything not on the list that should be on the list?
What are the quotation marks?
For
here?
the
What is this?
Broadcast
That
the
means-
damn thing. I'm guessing.
yeah, copy repeat.
Okay.
For the broadcast, do we want to try and set up plants to start calling?
Well, I feel like we should.
To get the action moving.
I feel like we should start that whole thing by arranging programming, basically. So, like,
Yeah.
you know, you could have various different kinds of call-in shows, and we could definitely create plans for those. But I think that it also makes sense to spend time on like music or just people talking, you know, so that we have more control over the content directly some of the time. And I mean, there's tons of stuff out there, like already about magic, you know, being good that we already like and are already part of our culture, because magic is part of our culture right now. You know, there's tons of music that exists about magic already, and although it's not a new idea that we would be creating and circulating as like a viral thing, which I think is great, we can still come up with playlists of, and we can do broadcasts that are literally just fairy stories about how magic is great and how it saved the kingdom or the, you know, yay fairies or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't all have to be heavy-handed content all the time. We can create huge amounts of content that way very quickly.
Skinner is going to actually no. It's Potatoes who's going to say this because it fits Potatoes better. He goes, yeah, no, there's a Neil Gaiman quote about that. You know,
I'm not familiar.
Who's that?
I know who Neil Gaiman is. I don't know the
he's a guy.
No,
He
I'm
did
saying
his
Darren
book.
doesn't know who that is.
Tilly also doesn't know, and neither does Joanne.
I think Darren says, isn't that the guy that's saying Sweet Caroline or something?
No,
Okay, all right,
Let's
so-
just roast potatoes.
It is not Neil Gaiman. It looks like it's G.K. Chesterton. All right.
I told you it wasn't
Still
Neil Gaiman.
blanket.
So, fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us dragons exist. They tell us that dragons can be beaten.
Okay. So, I think you're onto something with the whole it doesn't need to be heavy-handed thing. Like we don't necessarily we just need to sway like the public consciousness, right? Like the I mean,
No, so that when the avatars check, when they see, when the world is polled to see whether or not this idea holds true, people go, no, I still believe in
Yeah, so like some of these discussion shows don't even need to be like magic, evil, or wonderful directly. It can be like, hey, wasn't Game of Thrones cool? What did you think about the dragons? And could it have been pulled off without like the crazy magic stuff? What do you think? You know?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Gandalf?
Make people question their whole lives.
People love that Harry Potter.
Yep.
That boy, the one who lived.
People also love Supernatural. Ha ha ha.
Oh yeah, we could.
Okay.
We have to make sure, though, we have to make sure, Father Thomas is going to say, we have to make sure that we don't stray too much into fiction. If we pivot too far down into fiction, that could be the hole that the voice kicks us into, where he says they're just talking about fictional stories and not reality.
Yeah, it has to be a balance, I think, so that people aren't too overchoked.
What about like psychic mediums and, you know, people who have come back from the dead or seen spirits?
Yeah, absolutely.
We could do shows with like guest spots where we bring people on to talk about that crazy time they saw ghosts or whatever.
As much as I hate this, and I truly do, maybe I could actually put myself forward as like, you know, spirit healer and help, you know, that way. Like actually know
Father
things
Thomas
about
shakes his
people
head.
or fix people.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, Father
I
Thomas
don't
shakes.
have to fix physical wounds though. Like, what about mental ones? There's nothing to see. There's nothing to wake the tiger up about that.
The stigma attached to it is already, oh, you're depressed? Smile. Oh, you are anxious? Calm down. It's not gonna work.
As Father Thomas is going to say, is that also bears the risk of if we win and succeed, it could be dangerous after that. You've put yourself out there. You've caused a lot of stirs and things. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. Yes, we want to win the vote, but I don't want to sacrifice you all to do it.
Gotcha.
So we convince everyone magic's real, so they come hunt us down. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Well, if we are putting forward that we have a new messiah, basically, in the form of this lovely blonde girl,
so many people so mad.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose the vote that we don't even have yet.
I think there is one very important thing that we're overlooking. What are we going to call ourselves? Because the voice of the people doesn't have a physical, like, there's not a there's no figurehead like person that you see. It's just a voice on the radio. So without a person to look at, then I think the name is going to need to be stronger. Something for people to associate with.
the voice didn't even choose his name. It was something given to him, which we're going to need something that has acceptance that people will trust as much as a name that was basically. Maybe he's lying.
I thought that he identified himself as the voice of the people from the initial broadcast.
No.
No, there was a broadcast later that he says that that name was given to him by the populace.
Second broadcast, he adopted
Yeah.
the name.
He said, okay, people are calling me that. Sure, whatever.
The apocryphal first broadcast, which was not recorded for reasons. No, names are important.
Well, do we want to create a rival personality or give ourselves a group identity?
I think multiple identities is better than one single identity, but we may need an organization. Something for a name for the radio station itself. A symbol. Symbols are powerful. The voice turned himself into a symbol for many things to many people. We need to be a symbol that can stand against that.
Hmm.
Considering we're probably getting some musicians positioned, did Antonio have a symbol or a band icon?
I believe their name was the Party of Bards.
Yeah. I mean, I got t-shirts. You want some?
Bardic Radio.
I mean,
Well, what about one of the most simple and classic magical symbols that there is? The circle. It stands for protection and inclusivity and a barrier all at the same time. It refers to a group of people who believe in magic and share knowledge. It's immediately recognizable and associated with lots of different mythologies, magical rings, all kinds of things.
What about a music
It's
note in the
meant
circle?
to be infinite and divine at the same time, you know?
I mean, that could be for the thing, but the circle. Whatever our call numbers are, W, whatever else we get. The circle.
Worldwide
We
Magic
put it-
Circle. WWMC. Is that anything?
Unity in song.
Well, the music would only be one part of it, but that's the whole point. It can include many things. It's a symbol that can be added to other symbols really easily. So
Yeah.
the musical division can have the circle with a music note in it, and there can be, you know, megaphone in there just as easily, or, you know, pentagram star for people who believe in that kind of thing, or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea.
You put whatever the branch is into the ring, and then it's all part of the same movement.
It's simple and easy to identify. I think.
And really easy to rapidly reproduce. I mean, if we come up with some elaborate, complicated symbol and we want people to graffiti it on walls, they're not going to be able to do that. But anyone can draw a circle. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about an ear?
An ear
This is
for
going
what?
to be audio.
I don't think it's better than the circle.
But you
I
could
meant to go with the
definitely
circle. But
you could
okay.
definitely have one of the symbols associated with, like, what I'm saying is that we can break it down into different, like, divisions, if you will. Like, there's no reason why you can't have an ear inside of the circle to represent, say, maybe even fans of the group, right? But like, there's no reason not to do one with a paintbrush in it for people who are making art in support of our group, or whatever. Anything can go in it. Like, that's the point.
I like it.
Okay. Well, let's go with it then.
Mom.
Nothing
I
more
do
magical
like
than a
that.
mom.
I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, you need to be careful about that one, though. You
Yeah, the
might get
mother's
someone
trying to-
else's attention.
The mother is not such a nice person at all.
Oh.
Oh, there's a. Okay.
I have a different question about the process of the vote. Once a vote is started, can the outcome of that vote be we're sticking with what we've got? Or does the initiation of a vote mean that the person who was challenged automatically has to leave, even if they get replaced with someone basically similar to them?
No one there rightly knows.
So it's
But,
possible that if we're doing this challenge, we have to offer up someone to take the place of the current idea of magic. Even if their idea of magic is basically the same. It's a possibility.
I mean, we wouldn't have to put something in there. If it's decided that it's the same, then it might just randomly pull someone if it does kick the other one out.
Or it could be the Godwalker that's already there, I guess. Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't skipping over an obvious step. If that makes any sense.
No.
Okay. Well, we better get moving, I guess. Anyone else have anything to add to the meeting notes?
No.
Was that accidental or on purpose?
It was a cheer from Old Gamer GK. It plays a random noise. Thanks, Old Gamer GK, for the 20 bits. Appreciate you. Thanks for the fart noise.
Thanks for the fart.
All right. So, I am assuming that Izzy is
I
going
thought
to
that was
reach out.
commentary. Sorry.
It
I
was
was just going to say, I
loud.
thought that fart noise was commentary on your response of no, I don't have anything else to add.
I thought it was just an accident. I thought it was just an accidental fluffy.
It's perfect timing.
It is.
Hey, I'm sorry, Brandon. Izzy's reaching out to whom? To her dad?
I'm assuming she is. Yes.
It might be better to wait until they have something, but she can at least tell him about the project and that she's excited and start laying the groundwork, I guess.
Yeah.
Ask him what it would take, you know, in terms of how successful and how much interest you'd have to drum up before he could pick it up.
Indeed. I mean, well, you are going to need to get a broadcast license. So
That's true. Yeah.
You should ask him how to do that.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to hand wave the polite conversation that you and your dad are going to have, you know, while he is, you know, relaxing with his, you know, new girlfriend, shall we say, you know?
New girlfriend or fiance?
Oh, fiance, you know, well, I don't know, I'm not certain that your mother and he have actually fully, officially been divorced yet, like...
Mm-hmm.
I think they're probably still going through the assets and everything, you know.
He still proposed to somebody else already, even if he can't marry her yet.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's yeah. You're soon to be stepmom, you know, likely there, you know, asking you how things are going, you know.
Yep.
No clue that you were dead a few sessions ago, you know.
I mean, to be fair, she has no clue that she was dead a few sessions ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only one who knows.
Oh, I've
is
been fine.
Tilly.
So, he will call and say that he's going to get the paperwork rolling on his end, you know. If you guys have, you know, a thing that you want to do, like, it's like, he may have, like, ever since your, like, student radio thing went, you know, belly up, and you were trying to work on something else, he had been working on, you know, like, some stuff for you, and then you just didn't call about it. So, you know, now he's going to brush those papers off and make sure they're all okay, you know.
Awesome.
Anyone else want to have anything else they want to do before I announce to you your official radio station designation?
No, I want to hear the designation.
Alrighty then, everyone. Welcome to, you guys are officially WPNB 100.7 FM.
Catchy.
What does that stand for?
Please fill us in.
What do you mean, fill you in?
What does
I
it
guess.
stand
Okay.
for?
So the call letters, it's OOC. The call letters are just like it's like your address for the radio station. The people at the radio station are the ones that usually makes the shit up for that.
No, they were assigned to you. I looked at them. They get...
No, the theme, I mean, like, whatever the word you use is.
Oh, yes. If you even use your call signs as the word, but the FCC gives you your call sign. This is your station's call sign, you know? Like, in Frederick, we have WFRE, which is, you know, oh, well, that's, you know, Frederick, so they went with that.
Can we change it to WFRT?
No.
No, we cannot, Darren. Good God.
I will say,
just thought I'd ask.
I randomly generated several of the letters and searched to make sure they weren't radio stations. Several of them actually were. So,
oh, nice.
They didn't get...
I have a very important question. Are we making the things on the list the milestones for the objective, or is it just the list of shit we need to do?
They're meant to be milestones.
Well,
At least
here
in
is
my
the thing.
mind.
Do we need to get any kind of merch? Like, do we want? And you mentioned graffitiing places to kind of spread the message.
So here is the question I'm going to ask. Are you looking to instantly start going, the main objective is taking down the voice? Or is the main objective getting the radio station up and going, and then utilizing the radio station to take down the voice? Because
Oh, sorry. Please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt.
taking down the voice is going to be a much more difficult objective than setting up a radio station.
See, we could make setting up the radio station the first objective, and then once we have completely completed that objective, then we can use the previous objective percentage to help boost our chances for the end goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm assuming that defeating the voice at this point is a cosmic level issue. Yeah.
That's what I
could-
figured.
Oh yeah.
It's either on the far on the low end, on the high end of weighty, or the low to mid end of cosmic. At this point.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it makes sense to me to when I put win the vote, that was like my initial brainstorming of like our overarching objective. But I think that form the circle makes more sense. It can be about the radio station and, you know, trying to spread the message a little further. Or do you think that we should just isolate the radio station at first and then add in the other stuff as part of defeating the voice with it? Like, how does everyone feel about that?
I feel like defeating the voice is too big of a bite for this wild cookie we're eating right now. But then
Sorry.
again, we might get too focused on the radio station, so... But I think radio station comes first, and then voice. Like, as a main objective.
I'm
So
thinking.
I guess what
Go ahead.
So I guess what she's trying to say, if I am understanding correctly, is that for right now we primarily focus on getting the radio station up and going, and then we save the creating the music and things under that for the
For the next phase?
objective. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, we all know we're on a time crunch, right? That's the only thing I'm worried
Right,
about.
and
I think the station's the only way
Yeah.
to go.
if we divide
so
into
we'll just do this subsection first.
because that's also not an overwhelming task. That's something that we can really bunker down on and then use it as a tool later.
Okay. So, yeah, we need to get someone to fix the ship, which we could send Aoife to do unless we want her to be dealing with other things first. And then the rest of us can deal with, you know, all of the radio equipment needs brushing up, I'm sure, and then creating various kinds of content.
Okay.
And I have a question about Cryptograndpa.
Yes.
Being that his mechanical body is asleep right now, as far as I can tell, can Aoife allow him to possess her temporarily?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm also gonna say his mechanical body is it's not necessarily working. Yeah, no, Caroline is locked in a hell escape of her own making.
Oh, well.
Oh, that makes me so sad. So super sad. Poor sweet Caroline.
Da, da, da.
I mean, there's also Grace.
What about her?
That she could help, probably.
She was the girl who he was possessing earlier.
Yeah.
Is Grace good, though?
It would depend on whether Grace was comfortable with that.
I mean, that's also going to depend on what Mercedes, who has adopted Grace, thinks about
that's her baby now.
Besides which, Aoife and Superconductor could just talk to each other inside of their brains all the time, which might be a little faster.
I mean, it's a little hard to do that sometimes.
I suppose so.
Because, one of them is in control and the other one is not, so...
Mm-hmm. They couldn't both work at the same time, even if they could discuss things.
Yeah. You want to know what's good about this, though? This whole thing is... literally, Superconductor can now do anything you want with the same passion as his urge without being worried about going back home, because he's doing it to be able to do magic.
Yep.
He could be very passionate about relaunching the fucking Max thing.
Yep. He certainly can.
Before magic comes back, and then he has to go, okay, I can stay in the background now. All right, it's fine. You handle it. So here is the other suggestion. All right. You guys work on the ship. Aoife and whoever Aoife wants to nominate to help her works on an objective for herself of setting up the list.
I feel like that's a Sarah call on that one.
Big time.
I'm sorry. I need 1 second, guys. I'm really sorry. Could you maybe discuss something else, and I'll be back in like 5 minutes? I'm so sorry.
Sure. No problem. Okay. Something else.
So, Steph.
Yeah.
How is Mercedes feeling about putting the demon back in Grace?
Like that's a terrible idea.
I see.
Hasn't my baby been through enough trauma?
Other question now. Who is going to reach out to the people in California? I have a feeling Sarah will set up the call, but I don't see Sarah as being the one to sell them on this idea.
That's fair.
Who's able to sell them on the idea?
I got a decent lie.
Hold on.
Stop, we're not lying.
I'm suffering.
Let me check my connect
this-
bullshit.
Whose band is this?
I
Who are
want
the
you to
musicians?
think very carefully of the next few words that come out of your mouth.
Who are you talking to?
Ray was talking to Anthony.
What if Tilly talked to them?
I mean, so Anthony, or Antonio, who.
So it's
these people
Antonio's
are.
bandmates.
Yeah.
Because you keep calling me that. I mean, I still have Antonio's pick as one of my charms. Aoife even made it stronger for me. We could lure them out to do something Antonio would have wanted. To let the world know magic existed. No reason to lie or not set the stakes properly.
Brandon, do we know that Antonio's alive?
Sarah?
Sarah kind of crosses her arms, and it's like, well, that's going to kind of be a hard sell when Micah can just turn and ask him.
Then why don't you just talk to your boyfriend and see if he can get them willing to help us? That came from Ray.
One, because it puts him back in the spotlight. And two, because Micah makes the calls.
Okay, then we just convince Micah.
How do we do that?
Talk to her?
Without lying?
Okay. Why you say it like that?
Don't worry.
Because apparently all we do is lie.
Darren's a terrible liar. It's fine.
So, who's gonna do the talking? Or when? I guess.
I mean, if I and Anthony go up to do it, that would work. That was the worst grammar.
This is
I
over
mean,
the phone we're talking
sooner
about.
is better than later because, I don't know, it's probably going to take her a bit to write a song for you.
Well, we have people here who can also help make a song.
Okay.
But remember, that's when they ask for it. You don't tell an artist that we're willing to help them write a song. You wait for them to ask for it. We're pretentious like that.
Okay.
But yeah, Tilly, if you want to give it a shot, we can walk into another room and try and give this call. That way we're not crowding them when everyone's breathing over the phone.
Sure, I think that'll be fine.
You don't mind if I lean on your shoulder on the way out?
No, come here.
Mercedes is gonna pipe up. Has anyone seen my bag?
Ask your
Yeah.
sister.
I have it. Ray walks up to you and says, "Here, nothing was taken except for that one drug that Tilly took and ended up licking the floor.
Why
But
would
that's
you
besides
talk
the
about
point."
it? I'm so glad we're leaving the room
Mercedes
now.
just kind of raises an eyebrow at Tilly.
I can
What
tell
did you
later.
do?
I'll tell you later. You would have been proud and very, very not proud at the same time. I'll tell you later.
We're talking about floor liquor.
We're talking about floor liquor. Now you shut up.
Okay.
I suppose it's better than you trying to shoot yourself up with Saturn's horse.
It's better than a lot of things that have happened recently.
You did what?
I'm gone. Bye. And she like basically drags Anthony out of the room.
Whoa, slower, please. Oh, fuck.
Fine, as long as the door
Damn.
shuts. It's
I
fine.
brought Tilly up with Saturn's horse to get rid of the mind whammy Tian I put on her.
At this moment, Izzy walks back into the room and goes, "Right, well that's taken care of. What did I miss?"
Tilly and Anthony are apparently going to give the people in California a call to convince them of their help. Because, well, I really don't know why, but...
Is Sara Bess not on good terms with them right now? Questioning glance.
I don't know.
No, I'm on fine terms with them. How do you think we found out that magic isn't working in California? Because I needed to check.
Well, why shouldn't you be involved in talking to them?
He's making the introduction.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce them.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's the one opening the door, but like then you guys have to sell yourself.
So
Gotcha.
Sara Bess kind of gives
Alrighty.
you a small wave and then goes after Anthony and Tilly.
Right. So the impulsive one and the half-dead one. Great brand ambassadors.
Could have been worse. You could have sent me. Ray kind of turns towards the door and looks at it.
Anyway, I'm sure it'll go great. What's next?
You notice Soren walks up and leaves the room with them.
Good call. Good call.
Okay, so we need to find someone to get the ship fixed. So I think there was a question about whether or not we're dedicating Aoife to that or to the list, right?
Oh, yeah. You were supposed to decide if you wanted Aoife to have her own objective and nominate people to help make the list for the Mac attacks. Or if you didn't want to do that.
I think that makes the most sense to get as many things done as quickly as possible, and we can just dedicate Aoife to that for the time being.
So Aoife is on her own. I trust Sara will make up a list of things, and it will be done. Possibly by the end of the night. Who knows?
Oh my goodness. I feel screws tightening.
I mean, yes, that's because your deadline is drawing ever closer. But yeah. No. Is there anyone else that Aoife could think about who might be, I don't know, good with machines?
Her mentor, who's homeless currently. I can't remember what we did with them. I think that we brought them
Came
back
with
to the
us.
thing, didn't we? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, her name's escaping me at the moment. I'm too something. Could you help me to her name, Brendan? I, the player, do not remember. My head.
I thought I put it up here, but it went away. I'm sorry too. One second, I'm looking for it in NPCs. But the daughter of the Clockwork King.
Yeah. It may not be exactly the kind of thing she's used to doing, but we could ask her to tackle it for us. In particular, since neither she nor her father can get their magic back until this is all dealt with. Which is a particularly intense impact on their lives.
Yeah, and the father is mostly crying his eyes out over the, the inactive robot doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
He has been completely inconsolable.
Mm.
Who is going to go and try to talk to her into being your resident mechanic for now?
I mean, I can. Do you guys really want me talking to people? I don't know if you do.
Well, I feel like everyone needs to talk to someone.
Yeah, I'd like to do something.
We don't have time. Yeah. That too. Alright, off you go. Good luck.
Alright, I guess.
Alright, so Darren is going off and away to do his thing. Izzy has gone there. That leaves Haley. What is Haley doing?
Question. Let me look at the list of things. I feel like Haley would call AJ to see if, he could possibly help us out somehow, whether it be with the ship or gathering more people to help us with our cause, and to see how he's doing as well, because he left town. So
It's true. He was really big into radio stuff, so it's possible that he started up something in his town that we can use to springboard
Yeah.
off of.
see if he has anything like that in the makings.
Sounds good.
probably help make a skit or something, like a script. Because she's made songs before, so it's not like she wouldn't know how to make content, so we can get that started.
Sure. All right. So who do we want to follow first? Darren on his own with no babysitter because you guys sent him off on his own with no babysitter, or Tilly
Both
and
of me were already assigned.
Well, what's Mercedes doing?
Well, I'm dead.
Another
God.
Darren and Mercedes adventure.
You're going to send a drug person and a smoker to do the same job. This is amazing. I'm
To
here
quote-
for it.
To
I
quote Izzy, we've sent the half-dead one and the impulsive one to go make a deal. We're making it work with what we have. And we don't have a lot. That's exactly why we're starting a radio station, to get more.
Mercedes says she'll go with Darren, but she needs to go check in with Jeremy first.
Okay. All right. Sure.
We can roleplay it.
All right, so Jeremy is down in the basement looking at a huge thing and just looks like the most frustrated, annoyed person you've ever goddamn seen, you know?
What you doing?
Nothing. The only thing we can do. Nothing.
I mean, we can't make SIGs, but you could make other stuff.
What good is other stuff?
It'll make everyone forget if we fail.
He kicks something and it knocks over.
Okay, well, we're gonna go talk to the Clockwork King. Do you know him?
No.
Do you know anything about him?
He does. He's probably more pissed off than I am.
Oh, I can guarantee that. Well, it's good to see you too.
Well, I'm just glad you finally decided to come back.
She kind of sighs and rolls her eyes.
They kept trying to tell me that you were like in trouble or something. I knew it. I knew.
It's a little harder when I have two other people to break out.
Don't get in trouble with two other people.
You hear that, Darren? No more getting into trouble.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'll
All
try.
right, let's go.
All right, let's go. I follow.
with that scene, I think we will go to who's the other two who are making a phone call. Would you assume Sarah replaces the call, goes okay, and then hands it over to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not even gonna do an introduction.
No.
Fine. Micah, I have two people that would like to talk to you because they know what a wonderful song artist you are. They are my friends unless they piss you off. Then I don't know who the hell they are.
Thank you, Sarah.
Anytime.
Right. What is this? I literally have a kingdom that is falling apart. You said you needed something, so who are you and what is it?
That's part of why we're calling, because the world is falling apart and we're making a point to try and do something about it. And we need you.
Is this one of those I am once again asking for your support kind of things?
No, this is not a I am once again asking for your support.
Oh my god.
No, we wanted to get things back on track by spreading the word with the universal language of music, and we figured you would be the perfect fit for that.
You're really good at writing music. We need someone with traction and appeal to help us get started.
Did I lose everybody?
No.
Okay. I
I think he just shut off his mic.
Yeah, well, you know, I gotta have him out of the background. We need someone who knows music, knows how to get people talking, and has a few contacts that would really help us out. We're really trying to save magic. At least get enough people to believe in it.
What are you wanting us to do?
Two things, maybe. One, if you could help us write a song. But maybe the more important thing is, we're looking for somebody. Somebody to come and maybe sing for us.
Sarah shouts in the background, I did not sign up for that!
Or at least his influence can help us out. Some lyrics that he writes. I'm not trying to get the guy in trouble.
You're just looking for Tony.
I've idolized him for a long time. Even had one of his picks.
Then, I suppose if that's all you're needing,
Sara Bess is gonna kick Anthony in the shin.
Oh my god.
Why are we kicking?
If I've asked for too much, I understand. But we could use your help with the music regardless.
No, it's fine. I suppose I can send him out there. It may take a day or two. Very well. Pleasure talking to you. That the line goes dead.
No, fuck!
What did you do?
I dialed the number back.
I got something for you guys. Hang on. Behold.
What do you mean, what did I do? I attempted negotiation. She's a businesswoman and clearly cut.
No!
First off, she wrote the songs for Party of Bards. Second off, Tony was the face of Party of Bards, but he was not the most famous person in that band. Dustin from Injustice was in that band. You know, one of the members of Injustice that isn't dead.
I mean, to be fair, the other members of Unjustice are probably doing just fine, all right?
Dustin may have more connections too.
So the voice, the phone goes to voicemail.
Son of a bitch.
Dial it.
Yeah, you really pissed her off. She looks at Tilly. I figured you, of all people, would know how to deal with the queen.
I don't know what to tell you.
At least
I've not been good at literally anything I've been doing lately. I'm just trying.
You two just sat silent while I talked. At least I did something. Silence on the thing would have just had her hung up and blocked the number. At least I got someone before I tried to negotiate. At least I did something about it.
I never said that I would make the negotiation with you. For you.
For us. Sara Bess. You're the one that gave me the pep talk that made me try for this group. I believed in you. I need you to believe in us too. Yeah, he died. Died up on that roof. I remember the day. Night. Whatever it was. But maybe we can make something out of someone who was resurrected.
And if you put him back in the spotlight,
That's his call to make. I can only plead my case. I promise you, I'm not the one who's going to put him in the spotlight.
he's an attention whore. What do you think he's gonna do?
It's his mistake to make, just like I made one.
I guess if we don't get this done, then we're all dead anyway.
So why don't we make something of ourselves in the meantime?
All right.
1,000 to 1 and 1,000,000 to 2. If we're going down in flames, we'll take them too.
That's a good tagline.
Soren kind of stands. Suppose they're not. She's not answering, so maybe try again.
Really hard to hear you.
And we
Brandon.
cut over to Darren.
Okay.
You are led into a room. Is a group there. And you can hear a man, an old man, just weeping in sort of a back area of this apartment. She is just kind of working on some sort of contraption.
That's unsettling.
It's a clock. Have you never seen a clock before?
No, I meant the noise.
He's lost his daughter again.
Well,
Mercedes is there, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to correct that because he's not the only one that's lost something.
She nods. I believe everyone's lost everything. She gets up and you see she's walking with a prosthetic. Old clunky prosthetic, only working with one hand.
yeah, we're trying to fix that, so that's why we're here. We could use your help.
What with?
A boat. We need a mechanic.
Boat?
We're trying
to go ahead.
Bring the magic back, I guess. We're setting up a radio station on a boat to combat the voice. It's just one.
She sort of looks up at you. She's like, you're going to make a radio station to stand up with a voice, and you want me as a electrical engineer or something?
Well, from what I understand,
What's this with the boat?
There's a problem with the engine. But
All right, maybe. How about you take me to someone who understands, and maybe I'll be able to get this cleared.
Are we not... Is it what we're trying to do, or what we need to do? Or what we need you to do on the boat?
Kind of both. I'm a little confused on everything.
Okay.
It's part of a bigger thing.
I'm assuming that the engine is part of a bigger thing. That tends to be how boats work.
The radio station.
The voice of the people is trying to ascend as the Rebus. He wants to destroy all magic. He wants to wipe it from existence. So we are trying to come up with different ways to try and convince the world that magic should exist.
Pause goes, and you need me in a boat for that.
Mercedes looks at Darren. I don't know. This is... No, wait, Izzy did mention the boat, because I think it was a discussion about a drug lab on it. But it's not for a drug lab.
God damn it.
Look.
Yeah, no, I definitely am going to need to talk to whoever this Izzy person is, I feel. But if I can be of service, I will. He looks over at Darren and goes, "Boy, you better count your lucky stars that you are so pretty. Otherwise, you ain't got not much else."
Yeah, I know.
At least she said you're pretty.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
So what am I getting out of this?
What are you interested in?
She eyes Darren. I don't know. I could think of.
Well, money's on the table, certainly. If you're wanting to meet with Izzy.
Gonna lean over. I don't think she's interested in money.
My father has been the Clockwork King. Let's just say we were not wanting for funds.
I shouldn't find this so funny, but I do.
Brandon, I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear the last few words that you said.
It didn't sound appropriate. I can tell by the tone.
That's why I need him to repeat it.
I said she said that my father was a Clockwork King. It's safe to say I was not hurting for funds.
Funds. Okay.
God, Darren. What the fuck?
Hey, I thought she said clocks. So I was just clarifying for you. Okay. Well, I mean, having magic back would be a pretty good thing, right?
Mercedes smiles. What's your favorite place to eat?
She mentions a local restaurant.
Darren, didn't you say that was your favorite place to go eat?
Yeah, I said I liked it, I guess it's pretty good food. Sure. Maybe we can work something out. But first...
Look, boy, don't you do me any favors, alright? You think you're not... You think I'm not good enough for you, you know?
I didn't say that. I don't...
Fuck right. That's what you're acting, alright? Don't think that I can't beat your ass with one hand and one foot, alright? Yeah. You can tie my good hand and my good foot behind my back and I'll still beat your fucking ass. Do you hear me? This I guess I did it. What do you think I am? You came in here asking me for my help.
All right.
Boy, I ought to slap you. Somebody ought to slap you.
Well, how about I take you to a nice meal out of to apologize.
Bitch, don't do me no favors. And she just storms on off.
She's a whole ass Medea.
Oh. Well, I told you didn't want me talking to people.
Yeah, well, maybe you can think about it a little more and we'll figure out something else that you can say that won't get her pissed off at you. I mean, it's probably an inevitability, but...
This was the lady you were talking to.
Sounds poor.
She's too pretty for Darren. I guess.
Caitlin,
Too
I
pretty
can
for Darren.
barely hear you.
Everyone's too pretty for Darren.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
A man so low on the rosters has standards so high.
Don't worry, Darren. I know what your true soulmate is. All right.
Dead.
It's a gun.
I mean, there's this.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were gonna pull a picture of the motorcycle.
Oh no, I was gonna pull this picture.
No! That's a
There's
nice
your
soul you
soulmate,
got there,
Darren.
It'd be a shame if
It's the-
something were to happen to it.
Ugh.
All right, so shall you all reconvene and discuss what happened?
Sure, that went well, right?
No,
It couldn't have gone better, I think.
you could have just taken it away.
I don't do that. I don't take the lay. I guess.
Fuck up this time.
What? Cut out.
Fuck up this time.
We still only got fuck up this time.
Yes, that's what I said.
I'm assuming it was what did you fuck up this time?
Well, our perspective mechanic is not too happy with me. I guess I came off as insulting, or like I don't, not what I intended. But she said she talked to Izzy.
Why me?
Well, she says
You're in charge
Yeah, you're in charge.
and know what's going on.
Yeah.
Izzy gets a mildly panicked look on her face. Oh god.
You've been in
Oh,
charge the whole
okay.
time.
That's a nicer way of putting it than what she said. But yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll go talk to her then.
Soren goes, you may also want to get a report on what they got from coming in from California.
Okay.
Well,
You got one of them? I don't even know which
Well-
one we got, man.
Tilly clamped up, and Sara Bess wasn't there to help us, so I attempted to negotiate for Antonio, and then the rest of them. And she hung up with me on Tony, assuming that's all I needed. and now she won't return our calls.
He pissed off the Queen of Berkeley.
Zero's your head. Okay, so, who's taking the jet to Berkeley to crawl on their hands and knees and profusely apologize and ask for the entire band to come and help?
Sounds like
Not
this
you.
guy.
No.
Yeah, we'll send Darren, who wouldn't even take the leg.
I'm not sure you're very good at groveling, Darren.
I don't know anything about music. Not gonna lie.
You don't need ice.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to the mechanic. Sara Bess, if you could try to get an appointment with Micah on the phone so that I could speak to her or someone else could speak to her, that would be great.
Skinner walks up and puts his hand on Haley's shoulder and goes, "Why not Sparrow?"
Well,
She wanted to be out of the nest. We can send her over there. Pretty far.
you are a solid citizen. Traveling to help is sort of your shtick, yeah?
I'm not opposed.
Person detected at front door cam.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. Before we send you off, can we be clear on exactly what your mission is?
Yes, trying to get the rest of the band as well as Tony to come down here and profusely
Why?
apologize for whatever somehow they pissed them off. Because we need their help to create a masterpiece for combating the voice to save magic before it becomes completely nothing.
Person detected.
Good. Okay. Call me if you need me. You know where the jet is.
I might throw in there that, she's the best songwriter,
Probably is. I don't know any songwriters.
Don't say that.
That's a lie.
Just say
Yes,
that.
I know.
Say that you love her music and mean it, and if you don't know her music, then listen to it on the flight. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go try to find the Clockwork Prince. Since we can't remember her name.
Yeah, you're like the Clockwork Princess is on board. She was just like a little bit like taken aback by Darren.
Gotcha. So, explanations, boat, radio station.
Yeah, she'll get started on the boat immediately. She went to school for engineering, so she knows what's going on.
Awesome.
Hey, see, I didn't do so bad. I did awful. I'm just kidding.
Don't lie.
You
Darren.
did. You could. I can't. Darren, we love you so much, but holy shit.
Alrighty.
Darren Boudreaux, we can take a bullet to the chest, but you can't take a compliment from a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Then he just falls over and dies.
He falls over and dies.
No, it's November. He must save his seed.
Oh God.
Oh, that's funny.
It is April 28th, my good sir.
Fair. He's getting a head start.
We are not forcing Darren to sleep with someone.
Again.
He kind of did once already.
No. Darren forced himself to sleep with someone.
Darren agreed to that situation. Aoife did not encourage him to actually give in, especially not without negotiating something first.
What was the person you had him sleep with? I forget.
No,
Caroline.
he got himself in a situation where he got stuck with Caroline.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not
okay.
even a lay at that point. That's just getting stuck in a terrible situation.
I almost died.
or
It was a
Aoife.
little.
Almost dying from it.
I mean, hey, she helped you unleash a little bit of your magic a little bit. She kept shoving cigarettes in your mouth. You should thank her.
I will not.
So we're sending Reylen all by herself.
Haley.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't send Mama Ray out there. We'll die. We'll just die.
We should probably send her with Kat for protection. Does any PC want to go with her?
Sara Bess will go.
Buck will join you also.
I feel like I should go to
goes
apologize
poorly,
to Alex, fuck that up
then
too.
they're back at home. And they've just gotten the ride home. Either they're going to travel out with their friends again, or they're back home. It's the best deal Buck has ever fucking made. All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything? Because I'm assuming that Haley is going to get there in the evening. Or late afternoon. Suppose by that time with them it would be mid-afternoon because time changes. Anyone else want to do that?
We can probably do some of the basic formation of the skeleton of an online community. You know, signing up for all the different accounts and stuff, and then we can start like content lists.
Ray already got started on some of the content lists. She started writing things down as we were mentioning it.
Right on. Should we get like I don't know, a logo?
We can get Max to help with that.
Since the poor man's been huddled over a computer for weeks at this point.
We can do a history of magic show.
Ooh. That's a pretty good idea. No one better to do that. Okay.
No.
I think, other than while we can be actively working on that, I think we can fast forward. Well, does anyone object to moving on to Berkeley?
No.
Nope.
No.
I hear pages turning and I am concerned.
Don't worry.
Why?
I'm just finding the right page in the monster manual.
Oh God.
This game doesn't have a monster manual. Psych, we're screwed even worse.
Yeah.
I was about to say it's homebrew at that point. It's worse. It's much worse.
And another airplane comes crashing through the sky.
Just on everybody, the airplane is a dragon. This is the real monster.
I mean, good news, magic's real. Bad news, we're fucked.
Who
All right,
says
yeah.
We.
So what?
What do you mean? What does this mean?
You all arrive in sunny California. It's nice. It's good. The two of your companions, Sarah and Duke, are able to arrange for a car to come pick you up and drive you through. I'm going to assume a very well manicured part of the town where everything looks very pristine and perfect like. Almost a little too perfect. There's just a little edge here that goes, oh my, I've walked into Stepford. They bring you up to a large house that reads Fellowship Manor. There is a gate. The gate slowly swings open. You are led inside.
Full
Sorry,
silver
I was doing a
inside.
thing.
I mean, this is only gonna go well, guys. Don't worry.
Everything's gone well so far. I don't know.
Shut up! No! Stop!
So, as you are all brought in, you are made to sit in an area. As you wait, this individual, looking exactly like a teenager, like her health, either this is like a 16-year-old who is in charge of fucking everything, and apparently wrote several hit songs a few years back. Which would mean she'd be 12 at the time when she did this. What kind of outfit would she be wearing, Steph? Funky thing with skulls on it and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, yeah. Lots of skulls in her. She's got like skull earrings, you know, like almost like a Dia de los Muertos, you know, sugar skull necklace, you know. It's there's there I would she be in for the sugar skulls? Seems like a sugar skull kind of. Yeah, no. Does not look Hispanic, but you do notice that there seems to be a lot of sugar skulls around this place. And this young lady who looks almost younger than Haley, but carries herself as an older individual. Smiles and goes, "Ah, guests. I believe we spoke over the phone, yes? Or
These are different.
different? Different than the ones you brought over the phone, so they came in here. Did you, like, teleport? Did you find a way to use magic? Because I wouldn't put it past you, Sarah, to have a way to still use magic."
Sara Bess just kind of smirks. And it's like, well, why would I do that when we have someone more than willing to spend her daddy's money for us?
Fair. So, what brings you here? Cat looks at Sparrow. It's your op.
Herself up in the chair, and is just kind of like, so I believe that my associates have well, they didn't really word things the right way, so I wanted to come here and formally apologize for that.
It's a very rapid apology.
Have come here to ask for you and yours to help us against the voice of the people who is actively trying to get rid of magic. You have an amazing gift of writing songs, and we need your talent as well as the party of bards to help set this thing off so we can start getting things in the right direction.
All right, roll me connect.
It was just then that I realized I didn't roll my stats for last session.
Hey.
Oh. Hello?
You asked her to roll
Hello?
connect, right? She did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It wasn't coming through on my screen. All right, yeah. No, she looks at you and she sort of nods and she goes, "Well, that is certainly more well put, and I do suppose that an enemy of my enemy, friend, you're needing the entirety of the organization."
Yes,
Is
please.
Are you needing my band or the fellowship? My kingdom?
I mean, if you think there are those within the fellowship that would be able to assist us, they certainly don't need to come back to New Orleans. We are trying to spread the message as far as possible.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming, Sarah, you would prefer to stay back here and watch over the shop while I'm away?
If that is what you would prefer.
I don't know. The last I heard, Rosechild was in the area. Eyes, Sarah. What do you know of their whereabouts?
They were in the area. I know they were trying to do some recruiting. The gentleman on the phone stumbled into them.
Are you sure he can be trusted? You know how they have ways of making even beloved allies turn against you.
He does not associate with those people.
Are you certain?
100%.
Are you willing to stake your life on it?
Yes.
Well, if this individual is not trustworthy, you shall owe me your life, which you will give me willingly, should I ask.
Understood.
Very well then. Looks like we have a plane to catch. That might be where we call it for the evening, unless someone else. You have recruited the party of bards and a mechanic.
Anthony, I swear to God, if you get me killed, I will haunt you until the day you die.
What's one more thing I can fuck up?
That's the theme of this game, my friend.
Hey!
Which is why its tagline is "You did this." That's true.
Haley did a good this time. Suck
Haley
on
did.
that.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, Skinner should be proud. I should get praise.
Skinner is proud, and Skinner will praise you. All right.
Yeah.
He gives you a patented pat on the back and says, "Good job."
Yeah.
Those are hard to come by.
Yeah.
Since I've recently just been getting nothing but screamed at.
Well, that was fun.
I'm glad you think it was fun. Join us again in 2 weeks for the continuation of Megawatts Hornets.
You almost got me with that one. Wasn't ready for it.
You should always be ready.
Where can they check you out, Brandon?
Right here.
Oh, right here on RamblinManTV. There's things we got to shout out, I think. Let me get my shout out sheet. No.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a minute.
Are we talking about the several Etsy shops?
No, not the Etsy shops we talked about earlier. Let's let those.
Oh, I figured Brandon was talking about me because I'm getting ready to post a bunch of dice sets on Etsy this weekend.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then yes. We were having a different discussion about Etsy shops earlier before the show. So
I know.
But if you liked Hilly, who was featured in a meme today, I did actually make the Bernie Sanders.
And it hurts my soul.
It's a great meme. You can check out Teddy Bear Lace on Instagram and TikTok, Instagram.com/AceofWandsDesigns.
Ace of Wands. I also have a coffee page now. So if anybody cares about that, I will draw things for support. I'm once again asking you for your support on coffee.
So head on over there, guys, and give her some kofefi.
Kofefi!
Do the thing.
Delicious kofefi.
If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description down below. Just check down there for links. There's links to the Instagram and the TikTok and the things. And if we need to add more links, we'll add more links. I think is it everything? Am I missing something? It's been a while. It's only been like 2 months since we've had a game. I think that's...
Yeah.
It's only been forever in game time.
I've been so upset. I've missed you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to getting back in the routine.
Speaking of things we've been missing, do we have Pendragon this weekend? Is that a happening
God,
thing?
If we do.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so maybe people can tune into that. Yeah.
Tune in at, is it twitch.tv/AWiseManOnce?
If my stream holds out, I've been having issues being able to stream. So.
Okay.
The Feywilds will do that to you.
Yeah.
Watch Damien's life go to hell. It's great.
Said, give me your bones.
You're not going to hell. You're just going to fairy. Hell's a different place.
Well, tune in and see if they are going to hell.
Or fairy.
That's all right. I'll be fine.
What?
It's fine.
All right. I think that's all I got. Is that everything? I don't know how to do this anymore, guys. I don't know what to say. I also can't talk in real life.
See you all in 2 weeks. Bye.
All right,
See you in 2 weeks.
See you guys in 2
Bye-bye.
weeks. Tune in Monday for Force of Flesh. I think we're going back to Broken on Tuesday, and we might be starting a Wednesday show soon. I don't know. keep watching. Find the channel on twitch.tv/RamblinManTV and on the same thing on YouTube and Twitter and all the things. Have a good night and a great weekend. Take care, folks.
Megawatts Hornets.
You got it.